Lindsey Boetsch joins us now live. She is live this morning at Scotty's Fun Spot.
Yeah, she's learning the ins and outs of roller derby.
And I think she's live.
I think she's live. I think you said that, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Live in person. No, not in person, I guess. Live in living color. That was a show once, wasn't it? Well, I don't care. Whatever. We're at Scotty's Fun Spot. We're talking about roller derby, and you can see the girls are practicing behind me. They're doing a scrimmage. The floor is all set up for them. They have tape marks on the floor, and Jessica Snowden Patella is joining me now. Patella actually is what I'm.
Patella Crusher.
Patella Crusher, because if I don't call her that, then I'm going to have to do push-ups, supposedly. Explain a little bit about roller derby and how you guys got started.
So we got started about 2 years ago. There was just a group of individuals from the Not So Fine Arts Society who thought that roller derby would be a fun addition to the Quincy community, and from that started recruiting skaters, and it kind of got bigger and bigger. We have about 20-some skaters right now, and for each bout, or game, that's what we call it, it's a bout, you can have 14 skaters playing. So.
And I see that some of the girls have, you call them panties, but they're the things that are on the helmets.
Yes. So the people with the stars on the panties, they are called the jammers, and those are kind of the point scorers. Those are, you can almost think of them like the ball. If they get through, they can score points. And then the people with the stripes on their helmet, on their panties, those are the pivots, and those are kind of the lead blockers.
Okay.
So they are almost like the captain on the rink, and they tell their other blockers what to do.
And now there's a black team and a pink team.
Yes.
And each one has both of those.
Yes, okay. So each team has one jammer and one pivot, and then traditionally you would also have a total of 4 blockers on each team, including the pivot.
Now, I've been to one of these before, and the points get up pretty high.
Yes, so each time that skater, that jammer, passes through after their initial pass, each time after that they pass through the pack, they score 1 point per skater that they pass.
Okay.
So potentially you score 4 points per each pass, and if you get someone who's really fast and is getting through really well, I mean, you could have 20, 30 points in a single jam, and a jam lasts for 2 minutes. So usually the points get into the hundreds.
Okay.
Sometimes they don't, but they can.
I know we saw as they were coming around a couple of girls fall, which is obviously going to be inevitable.
Yes. If you're not falling, you're not doing your job. So the first thing we do is actually teach them how to fall and learn that, well, you can't always get hurt, but when you're playing and you're fully padded and you're trained to fall, your body just naturally goes down in those different positions.
Okay.
And you learn to recover really quickly. You have to recover within 3 seconds. And there's actually a skills test you have to pass before you're eligible to actually play in a bout or even scrimmage, just for safety purposes. So we make sure everyone has those skills.
Awesome. And you know what, we're going to teach you guys a little bit about the fall. We're going to demonstrate the correct way to fall, and we're also going to talk about their bout coming up this Saturday and who they're raising money for. It's a great cause, so they're not only doing it for fun, they're doing it to raise money as well.
Nasty spill right behind you, kind of a rollover.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I can't wait to learn how to fall.
Yeah, there's a few of them that I've seen that have been pretty nasty.
All right. Thank you so much, Lindsey. Wow. Would you try that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
We should send you out.
That's what I look like trying to skate normally. I don't need someone to run into me and knock me over on purpose.
I haven't skated in years. Tri-States. Lindsey Boetsch is with us live. She is at Scotty's Fun Spot this morning.
Yeah, she's learning the ins and outs of roller derby, and she's doing pretty good so
how
far.
to take a fall.
I'm doing good because I'm not on skates.
Exactly.
So I'm on my bare feet, or not bare feet, flat feet, I guess. And they are practicing falls right now. Patella Crusher is with me. I'm not going to call her by her real name because I don't want to have to do push-ups. Explain a little bit about these falls and why they're so important.
Well, one of the first things you learn is how to fall small, although they're not necessarily doing that right now, and how to recover quickly. Inevitably in derby, you're going to fall, you know, whether or not someone hits you, or that just is what happens. So in every bout, that's going to happen. So you want to make sure that you can do it quickly and effectively. As part of, before you're even ready to do your first bout, you actually have to be trained in all the falls that you're seeing now. And you have to pass a skills test that is mandated by the Women's Flat Track Derby Association. And they outline different falls you have to do. You have to be able to recover within 3 seconds or 2 seconds, depending on the fall. Get back up and keep going. That way you're not at as much risk for injury or impeding other people. If you're laying on the ground and there's people skating really fast, there's a good chance someone could trip over you or anything else.
So these falls have different names. Yep. That spin one that we just, whoa, oh goodness.
This is a 4-point fall. So they go down on their knees and straight down. The one where they were spinning, that was a 180.
Okay. So they all have different names. I mean, I feel like I would just be down on the ground. No name for no specific, it'd just be bad. Talk a little bit about the skills test that you guys have to go through.
So you have to pass the skills test where you have to skate 25 laps in 5 minutes. You have to do specific falls, so there's several falls on there and be able to recover. You also have to be able to give and receive specific hits. You have to be able to give and receive whips. You have to be able to jump over something that's at least 3 inches tall. And there's other skills on there as well. And also with stops, you have to be able to stop very quickly, and there's specific stops you have to do. And these are, again, mandated, and that way if you know you're going to a bout, you know that every member of both teams has passed that skills test. It's the basic standard.
Now, if somebody was, if you had a new person on your team, and maybe they couldn't skate the laps in the amount of time required, can they retake the test?
Yes, absolutely. So we do recruitment. This is a barrel roll. It's early in the morning. Not getting too much umph behind it. But every year we do recruitment. So this year coming up, we'll do recruitment in December, and we'll get new skaters. And we'll have everyone from people who could walk on the rink and they're great skaters. They still have to learn all the falls and everything. And be able to skate that fast in a certain period of time. And then we have some skaters who maybe haven't been on skates. I know myself, I hadn't been on skates since 7th grade, and I wasn't good at it then. So it took a while to kind of get the skills, but we work with them, and as long as they're willing to put in the work towards building up those skills, then we're happy to have them and see them work for them.
All right, and the next home bout is coming up this Saturday. We're going to talk a little bit about that and how you can get involved and make a donation to a great charity here in the Quincy area. We'll talk about that in the next half hour.
Are you ready? We've named the fall where you go face first, and you said you don't know what they'd call it. Call it the Lindsey layout.
See, and I knew it was going to be something like that. Very nice, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, it was actually,
maybe I'll practice that for you.
It was actually Tegan who
out.
came up with the idea. So you can yell
Thanks,
at her.
Tegan.
Lindsey Boetsch joins us now. She is live this morning at Scotty's Fun Spot.
Yep, learning all about roller derby. Good morning, Lindsey.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, it's kind of brutal out there. We saw them falling in the last time we talked to you guys, but it's really, really neat to watch, and these girls are really, really into this, which I'm pretty sure you have to be. They've been falling, they've been pushing, they've been jamming, they've been blocking. Really neat stuff, and they have a bout coming up this Saturday. Patella Crusher joins me now. First of all, you guys have fun names. How do you guys come up with those?
Everyone just comes up with their own names. Sometimes other teammates will suggest names for you, but it does get kind of confusing because you cannot have the same name as anyone else in the country. We had one of our skaters had a name all picked out, and there was someone from the North Pole who had taken it. So even though it's not likely we're going to play someone from the North Pole, you still have to have a very unique name, and there's a registry of names.
Explain a little bit about the bout coming up this Saturday.
Okay, we have a bout on Saturday, and we are playing the McLean County Misfits. They're coming down from Bloomington. They are kind of our big sister team, and it's going to be really, really great competition. They are really fun to watch, as well as I hope we are. But the doors open. It's at Scotty's Fun Spot. The doors open at 7. Or sorry, the bout starts at 7. The doors open at 6:30. Seating is first come, first serve, and we are raising money for Camp Callahan. So it's a great local organization. Tickets for adults are $8 in advance, $10 at the door. Kids 6 to 12 are half price, and 5 and under are free. But a portion of the ticket sales go to Camp Callahan. We also do raffles at halftime, and all of that money will go to Camp Callahan as well.
I think that's something that people maybe don't realize is that you guys raise money for a bunch of different organizations, not just Camp Callahan. Explain how you guys pick those out and why it's so important to give back to the community.
Right before each season, we all get together. We actually have monthly meetings. We're actually a nonprofit organization in the state of Illinois, so we run as a business, and we either have skaters nominate local charities that are important to them, or we also have had suggestions from the community, and then we kind of put them on a ballot and we all vote. So our first bout was for Skate the State for MS. That was our only charity that was not a local charity, but we have some people affiliated with League with MS, and that's a really important charity to them. And then the rest of the season, each month at each bout, we raise money for a local charity. So we have Camp Callahan coming up. We also have the Walter Hammond Daycare. We have Quinata. We have the Advocacy Network for Children. We have Young Life. So we have quite a few different community organizations that we will be supporting.
All right. Thank you guys so much for getting up early with us. Again, the bout is coming up this Saturday here at Scotty's Fun Spot. Some girls from McLean County are coming out, and it should be a good show. It's very fun, entertaining to watch, a little bit brutal every once in a while, but the girls that I talked to said that sometimes that's their favorite part about all of this is getting to knock some other girls over.
Nice stress release. Before I let you go, Lindsay, the curiosity has gotten the best of me. Ask Patella
Of course.
Crusher if the name that was applied for at the North Pole, was it Mrs. Claus? It's spelled
Ask
like
the-
C-L-A-W-S, Mrs. Claus.
He's so silly.
I'm sorry, what?
Ask Patella Crusher
girl
if the
from the-
name, yeah, because the North Pole had the name of another roller derby lady.
This is Claus, like Santa Claus, but with claws.
Oh,
think
they
she's
want to
on my
know
joke.
what the name was of the girl from the North Pole that somebody else tried to have the same name.
Now her name is La Frostina, but her name was Queen Frostine was the name that she came up with. That specific skater has 5 children, and she plays a lot of Candyland, and the name came off of there. But from the North Pole, they all have North Pole-like derby names that have to do with snow. And
He was
things.
suggesting something like Mrs. Claus or something like that, but no.
All right, well, thank you for asking.
Oh, Chad, don't
No problem.
I can't.